I have just under 300 hours or so cooking on this guy, so I have really put it through its paces, and I have a lot of thoughts. This is the Halo Prime 300 portable pellet smoker. Now, this is the very first battery-powered pellet smoker to hit the market. I call it the little beast. Halo Products did send me this grill, they did send me the batteries, and they did send me the cooking utensils that I'm gonna show you later in this video. No money changed hands, and they don't get to see this video before it's published. I've done long cooks on it, I've done short cooks on it, I've done low and slow cooks on it, I've done hot and fast cooks on it. It's a ton of fun to cook on. I've taken it all over the place. I've taken it to the beach, I've taken it on vacation, I've taken it back into our woods just to sit by the campfire and just let this thing smoke away while we just sit by the fire. It's been a lot of fun. And I've even done s'mores, smoked s'mores, which is a delightful, delightful thing, let me tell you that. Now, this is a pellet smoker, and it uses pellets as a fuel source. It has a 10-pound hopper inside, so you can put up to 10 pounds of pellets. Change your pellets out if you want to. Apple, hickory, charcoal pellets, Jack Daniels pellets, pecan pellets. You're cooking anywhere in the range of 250 degrees to 275, which this thing does 180 to 500. You can really expect to get about 1 hour per pound of pellets. Now, if you start going above that, 300 to 500, you're gonna burn up your pellets much faster, obviously, so you're gonna go through your pellets a lot quicker. 250 to 275 is usually where people do a lot of long smokes, so you can pretty much expect to get 1 pound of pellets per hour. With a 10-pound hopper, you're gonna have 10 hours of cook time. Now, I've never really let it get that low before, but that's just me and how I like to cook. So in that regard, it is very efficient, just like any other pellet grill that you would get on the market. It's pretty much standard. Now, the battery is super cool. It's just a little lithium rechargeable battery, and you can get a battery pack for it. The battery is sold separately. It does have an AC adapter so that you can plug it in no matter where you go. So no matter where you are, you have to have electricity if you want to run just the AC adapter. The portable part really comes into play with the battery. You got to get the battery. It is well worth the investment of buying the battery and the recharger, and the battery will last you 15 to 20 hours. Now, I have done cooks upward of 13 hours on this grill on one battery. That's as far as I've gotten. I haven't done a brisket or anything on that yet, but long cook wise, that statistic does hold up. There was extra battery life after that 13-hour cook, so I can definitely attest to that 15 to 20 hour cook time. I haven't gone anywhere near 20 hours, most likely that you probably wouldn't on a smaller grill, but the option's there if you wanted to. One thing I can say with the battery is after you're done with your cook, make sure you pop it out, because if you leave the battery in, the grill will stay not on, but the light on the knob will stay on, and that will drain your battery slowly overnight. So you don't want to get yourself caught in that situation where you left the battery in, and then you go to use it in the morning to start your brisket or start whatever you want to cook, and then you got a dead battery. That's kind of a bummer. So I would recommend 2 batteries. I have 2 batteries, and it's wonderful. So who is this grill for? Now, this grill, I would say, is for the type of person who likes to go camping, who likes to cook on the go. If you're the kind of person that likes to be the chef at camp or the chef on vacation, like I love to cook, and I love to cook for people. Like that's just what makes me happy. I like to make other people happy with food. So if that's you, this is a great device. Now, if you're considering this grill for your home area, I would say that since the other pellet smokers in the Halo family family are also battery powered, then I'd probably recommend you go with one of those grills, like the Prime 1100 or the Prime 1500, depending on how much space you have. Just because of the price of this, you'd get more cooking real estate and a bigger hopper for pellets if you're gonna just have this at home. This is definitely for someone who wants to just throw this in their back seat or throw this in their truck and take it on the go and take it with them to camp or take it with them on vacation like I did. That is definitely the type of person that this grill is for. I think you'd get much more out of the other grills in the product lineup, like the Prime 1100 or the Prime 1500, if you're just going to leave this at home. That said, the other grills in the product family are also battery powered, so you can just exchange these batteries. So if you wanted to get this one to take to camp or to take to vacation or whatever, so you have a portable grill to take with you and have the other ones, and then you can exchange batteries back and forth. It's a great ecosystem that they've created within their whole product lineup. So that's pretty awesome. Now let's talk about construction. Everything that they have sent me, including the spatula and the tongs, are extremely high quality, very durable, heavy duty. Like this, yes, this is a portable grill, but this is heavy, okay? Like you will feel this when you go to lift this up. Plus, if you have it full of pellets, you gotta add 10 more pounds to that too. Oh, let's talk about the portable table. Now, just like the grill, the foldable table is extremely heavy duty and also heavy. And it folds up in a way where the legs kind of crisscross, and then it folds up and the tabletop lays on the legs like so. And if you have a hatchback or a truck or anything, you can just lay that table in there, put the grill on top of that, and you're good to go. Now, the table is great because you can take the table with you to the beach or to camp, and then you don't have to worry about having to set this on something. But if you do have some place to set this, wherever you like to go or wherever you're going to take it, then you probably don't need the table. The table is great because it's got a drawer in the center where you can put all of your cooking utensils or seasonings or whatever you want to put and store while you're away. Or you can have that table just on hand to set it on if you are gonna be the type of person that has this grill as their grill on their porch and the grill they want to take with them to camp or vacation. So the table is great. Watch yourself when you go to fold it up, because those legs, you will pinch your fingers. If you've got them in there, if you're holding them like this and you go to fold it up, you will pinch your fingers and it hurts, okay? So just a word to the wise, make sure that you unfold the tabletop and hold the legs on the outside and then fold everything down as you should. So as far as construction goes, the table and this, you're looking at $549 for the grill. I think the tabletop is $299. By the time you get the table, the battery, and this, if you're going to use this at home, you'd probably be better off just getting the Prime 1500 or the Prime 1100, depending on what your budget is, because it's just going to stay stationary at your house. This is for the type of person that's going to go away all the time. So let's talk about stable temperatures. Now, when you first start it up, you got to do your little burn off to burn off any oils and stuff that have come from the factory. But after that, once you start your grill up, you want to give yourself 15 to 20 minutes to get to temperature and then stabilize at that temperature. A lot of times what you'll see it do is the temperature will rise above your desired cook time. Say you want to set it to 300. It'll rise to like 350, and then it'll just slowly kind of work its way down. And once it gets to that 300, wherever you set it, it will stay there for the duration of your cook. Like, I did not have any issue with it fluctuating in temperature drastically at all. Maybe 4 to 5 degrees at the most here and there. It is my job and my goal to really put these things through their paces and try to break them. And one thing that I tried to really test on it was adjusting the temperatures mid-cook, which isn't really something that most people do. Say I was cooking at 275 and I wanted to bump it up to 325, and then for whatever reason, drop it back down to 250. It would rise to the 325 and be fine, but when I chose to drop it back down to that 250, it struggled there to adjust back to that lower temperature. So that's something to keep in mind with this grill, is adjusting temperatures upward and downward within the same cook. I seem to have an issue with that. I'm not sure why, and I asked them and they said they're looking into that, which isn't really a function of how people normally cook anyway. So honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. But like I said, it's my job to try to figure out how to break these tools that companies make and pass along that information to you. Other than that, I didn't have any other issues. It held temperature steadily. It cooked very well. The searing plate in the center, it worked amazing. You know, when I did some reverse sear picanha and, slowly smoked them at like 225 or 250 until I got to about 115 internal, cranked this up to 450 and then took them off the skewers and seared them on all sides. It worked beautifully and seared them wonderfully. And that is a pretty typical cook. I mean, you're gonna cook something slow, you're gonna sear them off, or you're just gonna cook it slow like a brisket or a smoked chuck roast, which I did on vacation at the beach, and that was a 12-hour cook. And this thing did the job, and it did the job admirably. How easy was this to assemble? I would say extremely easy, just time consuming. The only difficulty I had was rolling this on its back because it's rounded on the back and putting the legs on, but after I read through the instructions, you're actually supposed to put the styrofoam block back on each side and then it's square on the back that way to roll it on its back to assemble the legs. So I just did it wrong. So it's just user error on my part. But other than that, it was extremely easy to put together. The only thing that I'll say is that everything comes with little plastic peelies on it. So if there's a way, Halo, to use less peelies, or less plastic, maybe that would be something. Thinking about a portable grill, after using the battery powered one, I would say, why get one that you have to plug in? If you want it to be portable, you want it to be run on a battery. This does come with an AC adapter, and the AC adapter will charge the battery when it's turned off. You leave the battery plugged in. So there is that aspect to it as well. Or you can just get the battery charger and take it with you and plug it in wherever you are too. So that's another thing, is the battery does need to charge, so you will need electricity to charge the battery somehow. My overall cooking experience with this grill has been quite pleasant. Now, like I said, I have really tried to break this thing, and I've come close. I've done some dumb things to try to break it. While we were in the Outer Banks, I did a smoked chuck roast. I did 3 of them. I fit 3 4-pound chuck roasts on this 300 square inch grill, and I wrapped them individually at 165 degrees onto finish temp. And so all of those fit on here, and I cooked hot dogs at the same time. So 300 square inches can cook a lot of meat or a lot of fish, whatever you want to cook, or a lot of vegetables. So I'm one of those people that wants as much cooking space as possible, no matter where I am. Okay, I get frustrated when I can only cook X amount of things, and especially when I'm cooking for a lot of people, but that's just me. So while I was cooking those smoked chuck roasts, these blue jays behind me are just irritating. I had added bourbon, Maker's Mark bourbon, and butter into the tinfoil wrap to let the Seriously? So afterwards, a lot of that bourbon and butter kind of went onto the searing plate, the drip tray, and when I went to do the burn off at the end, it really flamed up. I mean, like real flamed up. I don't recommend you doing a burn off if you're doing that kind of cook, okay? Normally, you would do a burn off at the end just to burn off any fats and grease that you have left in there. In that scenario, let it dry and scrape it off, okay? So I learned for you. But those chuck roasts came out incredible. So my overall experience has been great. Like I said, they did send this to me, and I am very much appreciative of that. The table, they sent me the tabletop as well. The tabletop is awesome. The casters that come on the tabletop are like rollerblades. I mean, you can go off-roading with those things, which I did. And they are, not that you should go off-roading with your rollerblades, but they're very durable casters, and they slide very easily. So, and then the front 2 spaces lock so that they don't keep rolling. And the overall look and feel of everything that they've sent is extremely durable, extremely high quality, very well built, and heavy duty. So that's what I've come to expect from a Halo products. Now, they also sent me the Prime300 pellet smoker, which is the biggest one they make, and it is a beast. So this is the little beast. The 1500 is a mega beast, like a kaiju, the biggest of all beasts, right? The cover, you want the cover. If you're gonna get this grill, get the cover. It is extremely well made, very heavy duty, just like everything else that they make. You gotta love the branding. It's been kind of a lifesaver this summer so far, because we have had some crazy weather, crazy windstorms, crazy rain, and where I live, we get a couple 100 inches of snow every winter. So now I haven't had this in the winter yet, but this will help protect it from all of those elements. And you just want to protect your investment. So I would definitely recommend getting the cover that goes with it. If I missed anything, or if you have any other questions, please hit me up in the comments below. Like I said, I've got almost 300 hours of cooking time on this thing so far, so I've cooked a ton of different things. If you need help, if you need recipes, if you need assistance, hit me up in the comments. As always, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.